All right. So we did $210 on today, which boosted the account up to 300 and I think $365, man. So it was a pretty good trade, man, on NZD New Zealand versus the US dollar, man. So I had a nice setup that I saw. Took it. I'm gonna break down the trade for you guys and talk about one thing I wanted to say is patience too, man. Patience, patience, patience. Um, and the reason why I said that, I'm gonna get into this video because originally I wanted to take a UJ trade, and well, I was originally in a UJ trade that I took, and I was just waiting on it to make that push, that leg up, and ended up getting out of it before the end of the day closed, thinking that it was going to pull back and give me another time to enter on the previous day, but didn't get that entry. UJ took off for like 200 pips. So, but I'll break it down and show it to you guys and explain basically what all happened, man. Let's take a look at it. So, taking a look at the trade, let's talk about the UJ before we get right into the NZD. If you look at UJ previous day structure, I know I'm talking about it a day after, so it's basically this move up right here, right? Originally, I was in the trade roughly around. This is where I got into this trade. Let's look at it. Long position. I got into the trade right around there with my stop underneath there, and then I was looking to go up to my bad, 152. 152 500, which would have been a 1 to 6 crazy trade, right? So I got in here. I was in all this chop for the whole day. Price started to push a little bit. I believe I got out somewhere right around here, like right before the end of the day closed. I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna get out, expecting for price to come back here, right? Expecting for price to come here and sweep some of that liquidity and then tap back into this 4 hour order block and then push up, right? As we can see, that did not happen. But if I would have just held the trade, wouldn't say I would have got way up there, but I'm just saying like I probably would have got out at 152 500, somewhere right around there for like a 1 to 8 if I would have held this trade, because I would have just monitored the momentum, right? Looking at the momentum of price just pushing and pushing and pushing up. No candles look weak outside of this doji right here, but everything else was just pushing up, man. So that was the UJ trade that we missed. Also missed some sales today. New price was gonna pull back down. Kind of missed that as well. But let's talk about the NZD trade that I caught roughly about 60 pips on. So overall, looking at the NZD trade, I entered this trade. I already had it set up. I'm out of the trade now, but I got into this trade roughly right here. And let me show you the breakdown on why, right? So first off, let's look at NZD. We know NZD is in a downtrend structure. Like that's for sure a fact. I mean, when you're looking at structure, we're not looking at way back here. We're looking at the immediate move or what's happening, right? Well, that's how I trade. So knowing that, I was like, okay, I know we're in a downward structure. The previous day closed bullish. I wish it would have kind of closed a little bit under this resistance area, but it didn't. But the good thing about that is that two things was, number one, it closed, it wicked into a daily order block, which was right there. And then also, if I go down to the 4 hour, price kind of wicked into this 4 hour order block right here, right? So like I said, I like to see price. I like to see price trade off of order blocks, which is kind of an area to where I can put my stop loss roughly around that area or above that area, right? So the day started, and what I noticed was price kind of already pushed into the order block, and it was starting to make its leg down. So I got in pretty early, which I usually don't do. I like to wait until midnight and roughly close to the London session to look for an entry on a trade. But I got in a little bit early, thinking that hey, it's New Zealand, so their market kind of opened up in like that Tokyo Sydney market. So I figured I can get a nice little push down, but the opposite happened, right? As you can see, this 1 4 hour candle pushed way up here. I was in some drawdown. Didn't panic about the trade. Knew my stop loss was in a good place to where that if price would have broke up here, then I definitely knew that price was going long. So I just kind of worked with the drawdown, and then and then worked through it. It was a nice little push. If you look on the hourly, it's a nice little push. Price pushed right back into a 1 hour order block, right? And then started to, descend down and pushed all the way down for roughly about, was it 60 pips? I don't think I got 60 pips out of that. I wanted to get, let's see, yeah, so 67 pips was the whole total I was going for, but I got out about here for roughly about 43 pips. So threw a lot on there. I think I risked roughly about $100 and made $210 on that. The previous UJ trade, I made roughly about $60 on that one, and uh, that was pretty much the trade, man. That got me to at least to grow the account from $26 to $360 in 2 days. So originally we had the UJ trade that we grew. We had $67 profit on. Right, we took a good trade on UJ that we had to start off the week. We took a good trade on UJ right here that got us up. And then originally I wanted to finish the week with this UJ trade right here, but like I say, just wasn't patient enough, man. And that's one thing that I got to work on myself, is not only just chasing profitability or becoming profitable, man. It's learning to have a little bit more patience and wait on these trades to manifest and to pan out, and then being able to capitalize off these moves. So a few things that I'm working on to get me to that next level, man. And like I said, I've been really trading for quite a while, and I think it's just my time for me to really take it serious and get it to that next level and just lock in on what I need to do personally, man, to get to that point. But overall, pretty good trades. Like I said, not really looking to do nothing too crazy with this account. Just want to kind of gain some more consistency on this small account to at least get to be able to where I can put some real money in there and start growing on an account, right? The overall goal is to get to roughly about a $50K to $100,000 account personally, and then trade that to be able to afford my lifestyle and be able to afford my life and do the things that I do. But so that's really the overall goal on this trade, man. Like I said, if you guys have any questions about strategy, questions about pretty much anything, man, I just want to lock in with you guys and be as helpful as I can on my way to getting to the point to where I need to be. And like I said, man, appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, support. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do, man. I want all us to be successful traders just as well as myself. So let's lock in. All right, on the next one.